here's the deal. Perception is reality. And so when you look at the data that was provided in this poll, it talks about how people feel. And when people decide whether they're going to the poll or whether they're not going to the poll, it's all about how you feel in that moment. And so while the facts may not align with their feelings are dictating their reality. Their reality is that they said that they feel better or they felt better when Trump was in office. But we've been trying to push back. We've got some very popular African-American artists that are out here saying things like, oh, I got checks when Trump was in office. I want those checks again, not understanding that that really came from Congress. So we've got a couple of things, the perception issue, and then we also have an issue as it relates to civics in this country and people not understanding exactly how any of this works.
Wow, really? Y'all gonna take that from Jasmine? You're gonna let her dish y'all like that and basically say, you're not educated, you can't think for yourselves, you don't understand what's really going on. Before we dive into this ridiculous video, don't forget to like, subscribe. You gotta be subscribed for great content like this, and please share so we can get it out there. So we have Jasmine Crockett, this Democrat out of the great state of Texas, and listen to her right there, basically just sneak dissing her own people, basically saying they don't understand what's really going on.
We've got some very popular African-American artists that are out here saying things like, oh, I got checks when Trump was in office. I want those checks again, not understanding that that really came from Congress.
And the famous artist she's referring to is the Sexy Red. And she was on a podcast recently. I did a video on this not too long ago and said this about the stimulus checks.
But once he started getting black people out of jail and giving people their free money, oh, baby, we love Trump. We need him back in office.
Yeah, that a little bit of free money goes a long way.
We need him back. Because, baby, them checks. Oh, yes, them stimulus checks, Trump, we miss you.
And right there, she's saying it out of her own two lips that she wants Trump back. And one of her reasons are the stimulus checks, even though that was only because of this ridiculous pandemic and locking everybody down like a bunch of prisoners, which is absolutely ridiculous. But now she is referring that she is getting people ginned up to go vote for Trump, and they don't understand why. They think that they're going to get another stimulus check. So she's playing you guys, unless, you know what, maybe I just missed her. Let me hear it one more time.
And then we also have an issue as it relates to civics in this country and people not understanding exactly how any of this works.
The civics and people not understanding exactly how these things work. She's playing y'all right there, basically saying that you guys don't even know where the stimulus checks even came from. You guys aren't educated enough to even know how it got passed or what it was even for. Look at this. How is this any different than Joe saying this?
A lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens.
So the same person that said if you don't vote for him, you're not black, is telling you you're not educated enough to get online. Then you have this Congresswoman saying right here that you don't even understand how the stimulus checks even work. They're just constantly demeaning and talking down, and then you line right up on election day and say, I'm gonna vote for them every single time. And how is that paid off? Is your communities any better? Are your schools any better? How about the law and order in your city? Go take a look at downtown, how that's looking. San Francisco, Chicago, Baltimore, Atlanta, any of these places, Portland. Go take a nice, beautiful look around these areas and see how their policies are paying off. And at the same time, they demean you because they know you're going to line up and vote in mass numbers for the same thing. They are basically showing that they have a stranglehold, a lock on you mentally, psychologically, that you're going to fall in line and do what you're told. You're going to vote for whoever we tell you. As long as they have a D next to their name, that's who you're voting for. And that's what she would assume the same thing's going to happen with her. Where's the backlash about this stuff? How come nobody's calling her out? She can basically just say this and nobody's going to challenge it. Nobody's going to come over the top. Like, who the hell do you think you're talking to? And now they're all panicking. They're all stressed because they can see these polls They can see these swing states. They can see exactly where everything is trending to a massive blowout. They can see it over the horizon, and now they don't know what to do. That's why I'm telling them that to break that emergency glass to usher in Gavin Newsom. But then how are you going to sell that? Because his state has gone completely to hell. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place. People can finally see what these policies are all about once they fully go just completely psycho overboard with this, and they can see what's happening in their own city. So she's trying to say, well, I know everybody wants Trump for this reason, they're not happy with the economy, but we need to teach them better. They're just not quite understanding. We need to get out there and just show them what we've accomplished. It's not even about the stimulus checks. People are having a reality check, and they're seeing with open borders, lawlessness, they don't want none of this. Nobody wants to live like this. And then she doubles down and trying to say, I'm going to tell you the way you should think. So y'all let me know if she's spot on referring to all the voters like this, or if she is dead wrong in what she's saying. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You got to be subscribed. And don't forget to share so we can get it out there. And I will catch you guys on the next one.